Hey guys, I'm Martin Geek. In this video, I have an unboxing and hands-on look, first impressions of the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Yes, I'm actually upgrading from the Z Fold 6, which I've been using since day one, every single day, and I really like this phone. But the only reason that I'm really upgrading to the Z Fold 7 is because the outer screen feels more, is going to be more like a normal size screen ratio wise, and the inner screen is actually going to be bigger as well. It's going to be 8 inches instead of 7.6 inches, and of course performance wise should be better and all that blah 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 blah, of course. So here it is, the unboxing. This is how the box looks. I chose, a lot of people are getting the blue one, which looks pretty cool, but I don't know, I don't like dark colors on my smartphones. That's why I always choose like white or silver. So I decided to go ahead and get the silver color. I think it has a specific name. I don't see the name here of the phone itself, but it is the silver version. There was another version available exclusively for the Samsung store, but it was ugly. It was like a mint color version, and I did not like that color. So in here, I think we do get cable. Yeah, we do get charging cable, USB-C to USB-C, and other than that, some instruction manuals there. And of course, there it is. So this is the silver version looking. Nice. Okay. Whoa! Oh no! Oh my! Epic failure. Nothing more in the inside here. Okay, so here it is. Look at that. Smudge there. Okay, the inside. There you go. This is how it looks. I thought it was gonna have like some kind of plastic on the front cover, but there's no plastic whatsoever. I'm gonna close this. Okay. Nice. Just gonna take this out of here. Wow, I gotta say, it does feel a lot thinner than this over here. Look at it. Oh my god. Look at the differences. I'm gonna take this out of here. Look at the differences here. Look at that. Oh my god. I gotta say, guys, it looks way more thinner in person than it does on video. I've seen the videos of this, but in person is another thing. It is insanely thinner. Oh my god. Wow, when you put it next to each other, it looks more like a normal size iPhone or Ultra Samsung device, and it's very light as well. Wow. Okay. The camera hump, of course, look at the camera hump. The camera hump is actually pretty damn huge compared over here. Nice and almost flat compared to this one. This looks like 3 towers right there. Wow. But look at that. You got the charging, the speaker, barely any space for the USB-C port. That's insane. That's insane. Let's go turn it on, see if it has any power. And most likely I'm gonna have to plug it in. Let me see. Maybe gonna plug it in, see if it has any power here so we can turn it on. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna use the phone for at least 24 hours, and so I can go ahead and download and my applications and take some pictures here and there. I don't have a case, so I'm gonna be kind of nervous right now. I should be getting a case tomorrow, or during the week I should be getting other cases from other companies, but I'm gonna be kind of nervous using it without a case. Okay, look at that. Wow. Okay, size wise, you can definitely tell right away that this is wider, more like a normal phone compared to the other one. Is it on? There you go. Finally, it's turning on now. We got the Samsung Galaxy, powered or secured by Knox. Come on, Gemini. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Okay, guys. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and set up my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, use it for at least 24 hours, and so I can finish this video. But so far, first impressions out of the box, oh my God. It feels incredibly thin. It feels incredibly thin. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to set it up. So we'll be back with the video. Okay, so here we are back again after using the phone for actually around 48 hours. I did say 24, but I did use it a lot more, especially because I was waiting for the case to arrive, and it took a while. It took almost more than a day, and I was about to make the video without the case that I received. But yeah, pretty damn good. The difference is, I'm telling you, if you're coming from any Z Fold device, 6 or anything below, you will definitely notice the difference when it comes to size and weight. When it comes to size and weight, you're definitely going to feel the difference. Now that I've been using this for almost a couple days already, this actually feels heavier. And it's insane because I never had a problem with this phone, the Z Fold 6. The way it looks, the way it feels in my hand, the weight, never had a problem with it. But now that I've been using this, oh my God, it's going to be hard to actually switch back to a phone thicker than this one, because it actually feels really good. It feels like you actually have a normal phone in your hands, which is awesome. The reason this has the same wallpapers over here is because I did a transfer. I transferred everything from my phone to the other phone, and it transferred the wallpaper and everything, and even the way I have everything set up. So that's why everything looks the same right there. Very, very cool. Like you see, this one a little bit more wider, a little bit more like a normal phone. But in the inside, when you open it up, there you go. Open it up right there. Go to the home. Okay. The inner image, it actually did transfer it as well, but I did change it so it could look a little bit different. So yeah, check this out. There you go. So this is how they look next to each other. Like you see, this obviously has an 8-inch screen. This is a 7.6-inch screen. When it's open, it's a tiny bit bigger, not drastically bigger, but it is tiny bit bigger. One negative thing that I would have to say is that now you have this dot right there, which is the puncture for the camera, which in a way I honestly would have hoped for it to stay like this, because I really didn't have a problem with the camera quality, because I don't use it at all. But yeah, they took that feature off where you can barely see the camera, and now you have the puncture hole there. So at first it's going to be distracting because you know that it's never been there. So when you start using it, you're coming from a prior Z Fold device, it will become a little bit distracting, but then it disappears. Once you keep using it, it'll disappear. You'll just not think about it, and that's it. But now let's go and talk about this experience with this phone. So like I said, the front screen of this device is actually 6.5-inch AMOLED screen, 120 hertz, 1080 by 2520p. Its screen ratio is actually 21:9, which makes it feel more like a normal phone. The Z Fold 6 was actually 22.1:9. So in the outer screen is actually going to feel a lot bigger, a lot more like a normal phone, and it looks beautiful as well. Every video that you watch on the outer screen looks great, and even playing video games on the outer screen actually looks pretty damn good. And you can play any game on the outer screen because it's just going to feel like a normal phone. And the inner screen, which is a lot bigger, of course, it's an 8-inch AMOLED screen, 120 hertz, 1968 by 2184p. And also peak brightness is actually 2600 peak brightness, which I think is a lot more than what the Z Fold 6 had. And of course, you know, the only negative thing about the inner screen I would have to say is that it has the puncture hole right there, and now it's going to be visible when you're watching videos or looking at photos. Yes, it's going to be visible now. Now when it comes to the performance of this device, it's also going to be really good. I never had a problem with the Z Fold 6 when it comes to playing video games, but here this has the Snapdragon 8 Elite, And the GPU that it has is actually the Adreno 830. I believe that's also an upgrade from the prior one. And it has 12 gigabytes of RAM, same as the Z Fold 6, but there is a 1 terabyte version, which actually gonna have 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now that's pretty damn good, but honestly, if you're gonna be playing video games on your device, it's not going to be that much difference. 12 gigabytes of RAM is more than enough to play the video games that are available on your device this year and next year. Believe me, this is going to be good for gaming. So those specs right there are going to be awesome. I don't have a problem whatsoever when it comes to gaming at all. Now, when it comes to the camera, it has these 3 cameras that actually stick out a lot compared to the Z Fold 6. That looks really big, and that's one of the reasons why you also need a case, because when you're going to put it down, this is going to wobble a lot, and plus it's going to be sticking out so much that you don't want it to be, you know, pressing against the surface that you're using it. But the cameras are actually a big upgrade as well to the Z Fold 6. This has a 200 megapixel camera, a 10 megapixel camera, and a 12 megapixel camera. And taking photos and videos, I did take a couple photos and videos like you see here, and they do look freaking impressive. Very good, especially the video as well. It takes video up to 8K 30 FPS, which is insane. I'm not going to be using that because it takes a lot of space and a long time editing those videos, but they are huge. It has a very good selection of videos. A 4K 60, 4K 30 is the modes that I use the most. When it comes to the front selfie camera, which is right here in the cover, it's a 10 megapixel camera. Also really good. I believe it's the same as before. But when it comes to the inner camera, this was actually an upgrade, because the inner camera before was actually 4 megapixel, but now this is 8 megapixels. So taking videos and voice calls and pictures from there is actually going to be a lot more clear than before, because the quality is better because it's not under the display. So yes, that's the positive thing is that you're getting a better camera. The negative thing is that now you're going to see that puncture right there. But yes, it is an upgrade from the Z Fold 6. Now, of course, one of the negative things about this, a lot of people have been complaining, is that the battery is still the same as before, 4400 milliamp hour battery. But I have to say, I don't have a problem with the battery. I never had a problem with the battery before, because normally it lasts me a whole day, especially if I'm not working. When I'm working, I actually charge the phone at least once a day, because I'm watching videos, I'm doing a lot of multitasking, and sometimes I'm playing video games. So I am like all day on my phone, and I just charge the phone once. Okay, so when I'm not on a normal day, when I'm not working, it will last me the whole freaking day until I go to sleep. Now, also, of course, the great feature, since it has the true screen, of course, I like watching videos, right? Watching YouTube. And when I want to do some multitasking, I could go ahead and go like this, which is the feature that I use the most. This is how I use my phone the most. Everybody that looks at me, looks what I'm doing, they're peeking and they're like, what the hell are you doing? How the hell can you do that? And it's very simple. And since I've been using this since the first Z Fold device that I have, you know, I have no problems whatsoever when it comes to using this feature. I love it. I couldn't live without this feature. That's one of the reasons why it's going to be hard for me to actually go to a regular phone, because with this feature, I am like watching videos all the time, and over here I'm like scrolling my Instagram or scrolling my X account or scrolling Facebook. I'm doing multiple things on one side of the screen, and I really do like it. Yes, you can have another screen. You can have another application. Like, for example, I got Instagram there, and I could go ahead and put like another application here. So you can basically have 3 applications, but I don't like it because it just makes it, you know, a lot more smaller size there on the screen, and I just can't enjoy that much. And this is how I normally use it. Like that, just like that. So yeah, when it comes to the battery life, I have no problem whatsoever. Now, you might be asking, is it worth upgrading to the Z Fold 7 if you already have the Z Fold 6? Honestly, I wouldn't say you should go out running and buy it, because screen size is not that much difference unless you're comparing it right next to each other. Then you can notice the difference. When it comes to the thinness, that's a big difference. That right there is a big difference. And if you're one of those that are complaining that when you put a case on this, it looks like a monster, very big in your pocket and all that, yes, this is going to be a difference. And now that I talk about the case, I wanted to show you guys something, the case that I got. I got a couple cases, but this right here is going to be the case that I'm using right now since yesterday, since I got it. And this is from SUPCASE, right? And I always use cases from them as well. And there's some more cases that I'm waiting from other companies that I really like as well. And I already used this case. I put it back here so you guys can see how it is. And so you can also see the differences when one phone compared to the other one is wearing a case. So this right here, it comes in different colors. Let me go and clean the front screen so I can put the, there you go. There you have it. And this is how it looks with the case on. Very nice. I really like it. This is, like I said, it comes in different colors. I will have another video showing the cases that I got. And it has a kickstand for when you're using it in widescreen. Whoops, I drop it again. When you use it in widescreen, you could use it like that, or like that. Okay, this, there you go. You can use it like that or like that. Very, very, very cool. And of course, when you have a case on, this is how thick it actually looks. Let's compare it. Let's compare it to this right here with the Z Fold 6. So this is how it looks with a case on. Very, very huge difference when you think about it, especially when you have it in your pockets. So it is going to be a lot more comfortable using this phone with a case than this phone over here. Is going to feel more like a huge brick compared to this. Of course, this is not a cheap phone, and the reason that I got this is because I got this a very good price trade-in. Samsung actually gave me $1,000 to trade in this phone for this phone, and that's one of the main reasons why I did the upgrade. If it wasn't for the upgrade, for that upgrade credit, maybe I would have not got the phone. Maybe I would have skipped this because I don't know. I was not going to pay $2,000 for this phone. Even though I am a huge fan of the Z Fold devices, I was honestly considering going next year to the Ultra so I can, try the Ultra for at least a year. But I don't know. Maybe now that they gave me a good price for this, now I do think I'm going to keep it and using it, and who knows, maybe I'll get the Z Fold 8 or what, I don't know. So yeah guys, thanks for watching this video. Now keep in mind, I'll be uploading more videos on my channel for gaming on this Z Fold 7, and also some tips that I do right away when I get my Z Fold devices. I want to share that with you in another video, so stay tuned to my channel. Thanks for watching this video. Any questions, please leave it in the comments, and of course I will leave links in my description for the phone, and I'm also leave links for the cases as well. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye bye.